Okay. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I can actually hear you. I can.
Right. So I'm fully here now.
Okay.
What about the video? What about the video quality? Because it's quite
Yeah, I think
because
it's actually okay. It's
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the summer here now, and yeah, and
Yeah.
everywhere is just super hot. So
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. So I don't know if it's morning, GM, if it's morning over
this
there.
morning. Mm.
Okay. Good morning. We're actually having Crypto Omo here. And this is CCU podcast. We're actually having a nice session today, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and I hope you're able to like talk with our listeners more. So, we're going to be having another guest speaker, which will be joining us later on, which is Nenyewa. I hope she hops in later on. So, let's not just say too much of story. So, Crypto Omo, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like a brief introduction?
Okay. My name is Crypto Omo. Civil engineer, graduated from University of Ado-Ekiti. Um, been into crypto for a while now, but we've been in the let's say LinkedIn and other social media once a politicians, and also yeah, I've been doing a lot of things. I'm working in UK in the construction industry, and also, I'm more about the protections, teaching about safety protections on doing research, DeFi's, and everything that I can. And I'm investing in crypto. I've been in crypto for a while now. It's almost like 4 to 5, 6. And I've learned a little bit of my mistakes and I've recovered and I'm using my experience to educate other people. So, and I'm a family man. So yeah, that's it. That's it for
Oh,
me for now. Yeah.
okay. Thank you very much for that. I think you actually quite said it all. Okay. Let me also give a little bit of introduction about myself. I'm actually a student. I'm still a student so far, so I'm yet to be I'm yet to be done, but I've been stuck home for a while because of the condition of our people here over here in Nigeria. But I'm
Hmm.
hoping things are gonna get um back to the way they were, but that does not actually mean that we won't actually stop the way things are supposed to move in the crypto industry. And that was also one of the things that made me move also in the crypto industry into the cryptocurrency industry. So that's just it. Thank you very much for the introduction. I've also done mine. I hope Nenyewa can join us later on. So the topic for today we're having is Web3 identity and doxing. So
Hmm.
one of the major reasons I actually picked this topic is because I saw this as part of one of the things that has actually been trending right now on the crypto space. Ever from
Hmm.
the side, from the time we had Mario Naufal. I don't know if you've attended this space before. He's one of the people that is actually hosts the biggest space on Twitter. Mario Naufal was formerly a crypto body before he actually turned himself into a brand. So he changed his
Hmm.
PFP then from, I think, was it the Board Ape Yacht Club? Or punks. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
it was actually a punk. So he actually changed the profile picture of himself from a punk to like his normal profile picture, like making himself a brand officially from the
Hmm.
normal ways. And I was so I didn't even actually know what to do because I was like, that means he's not I can't actually justify what he did, and I can't just say this is the main reason why he did it. But I know that there are some times that you actually have some certain things that you would want to do, some certain measures just to meet these certain things that you're actually doing. Apart from this one, we also have the instance where NFT God also recently he actually made a post that he will be making himself a brand and he'll be turning himself from the normal NFC God into Alex Finn. And we've had
Hmm.
numerous other people that are actually doing things like this. So I'm surprised and I'm shocked the way it's actually going right now. I don't know if the crypto space will be able to carry on with the PFPs, those cartoon PFPs, I mean NFTs, for instance. I don't know if it will carry on, or possibly Twitter would actually have to stop it. So people will have to use their regular faces. So that was part of what made me bring up the topic Web3 identity and doxing. So can you actually tell us, like, what do you think about Web3 identity and doxing?
Um, First of all, you have to understand that technology is not something that stays like stagnant. Is technology keep moving forward every day, and the more technology move forward, the more people themselves think every day of how to engage with their fans and how to make the branding. Everything is all about branding. Even me, let me use myself as an instance. I've used so many names. I've come up with so many ideas before I decided to become crypto Omo. I've used engineer Omo. I've used brand name. I've used Shiba Fix. I've used so many things before I decided to say, you know what, enough is enough. Let me just come out and be myself. Because now it's about who you are. You could see that X is not paying people before, but now X has come with a paying platform whereby identification has to be is involved. And people realize that there is a lot they can achieve if they come out. If you have come out to associate yourself with crypto, it takes you more further. And the thing is that even to build while you're building up yourself up, as you're using your image to build yourself up, it takes time to build. It's quite different from when you're using PFP or you're using NFT thing. People want to make money from it, so people tend to promote it more. But when you use your normal image, people, you have to be patient. And people realize that you will make more money if people can follow you based on what they see than the PFP because let's say you go for a concert or you go for a conference or you go for events, people may not even know you. Brands may not even be able to associate yourself because why? You've put yourself in an image whereby everybody wants to see you in that way. But if you come out and identify yourself and say, this is who I am, you talk yourself, your personality can take you far. You can be sitting down closer to the president of a country. Why have you think Sailor for Bitcoin decide to use his normal picture, even with all the things happening? Why doesn't he just go and put up buy a Bitcoin logo and say Bitcoin? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he understands the philosophy. Why would Caesar not just have this on his PFP Binance? Because Caesar understands that in the long run, if this becomes a success, people will get used to his image, people will get used to his ideology, people will get used to his teachings. This is why they are coming out now doxing themselves, because why? That is what can build you up for the future run. When the bull run comes, everybody will know you because people get to know you when things are down. People get to know you when things are quiet. Crypto is down right now. So people are getting to you have to build your personality while it's down now. Build your personality it's just as same as working on a project, utilities. You have to understand the utilities of yourself. Because when it comes to the bull run, your star is going to be so high. Your rating is going to be so high because people will get to know you more because everything even if you voice yourself out for a project, that project becomes a success because why? People know you for credibility. So that is my own answer to that question. So they know that their personality can become something in the future. And once we get to the bull run, that personality is what they want to market. Because If you have a PFP of a mango, and the rate of that mango as an NFT, when that time is high, people buy it high. If the value drops to $1, your image, your personality of that person under that thing comes down to zero. So people don't get the glory for the past. And just like in construction, we always say you are known for your last mistake. You will record you for what you've done last, not your previous history. So let's say now his personality is there, his picture is there, everything is there, and even though he put an image there, as long as he's going out there doing conferences, talking to people, engaging with people, people talking to him, the value of his NFT will not go down because there will stay. It will still be there. So this is my own observation of why I feel people are doing that, and I think that is very much I can say about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for about your own points. And I think you actually said it all, but I also noticed something,
Mm.
I was actually in a space yesterday and I was talking with someone. I was like, okay, for instance, you're the kind of person that, okay, you actually use your normal PFP, I mean, your normal profile picture as your person. Like you've always talked to yourself, but you've been trying to like build this name on either the crypto markets or as a person on Twitter, as a normal person on Twitter. And you've been tweeting, doing everything. At the end of the day, when Twitter algorithm actually works, sometimes Twitter algorithm can be like they might actually shadow ban you because you've actually been doing this too much, or you've been tagging different people, or you've been going under this comment, or you're going under this comment, just to, like get that awareness they are looking for. Then at the end of the day, you feel tired and you're like, bro, why am I actually doing this? Then all of a sudden a thought comes to your mind and you're like, okay, you've been preaching about this, you've been preaching about this all this while. Then you decide to change the prospects of what you've been preaching about. Then you preach about another thing for the first time. Then when you touch on this matter, you get around, let me say you've been having like 25, 50% engagement. Immediately you're touching on this, you're having 125% of engagement, all the way from 25. Immediately your thought is like, bro, I was almost giving up. And I actually just saw something like this. And it's not what I am preaching about. It's against what I am preaching about. And it's against what I am teaching or anything like that. Where you're like, I need this engagement. I need to be known. As a person, there's no way. There's always this jealousy in the mindset. There's always this greediness in the mindset, in the human's mindset that, okay, I need to achieve this thing. I need to achieve this thing. Even though everyone out there, I'm actually seeing people achieving this thing. I also want to achieve it. Then you grab onto that opportunity. Then you start releasing things about things that are not supposed to release about. And from there, you get your fame. Then you're like, okay, uh, later on you now start talking that okay, I started growing from this place, I started growing from this, but you won't mention that key point that you were not actually publishing something about this, you're publishing something about something else entirely. But all of a sudden when you now notice that okay, this is your calling, it's just like as if someone that is having a talent and it's someone that is having a talent. And for instance, now you notice that okay, you've been doing this thing for a while, you've been singing for a while, and singing they actually allow you get the exposure. Then you now decide that okay, I can talk very well. Then you decide okay, you want to start a podcast, for instance. And you start the podcast now, then the first day you are starting your podcast, you're having over 10,000 listeners. So what will you do next? Will you want to like continue your singing or you would want to face the podcast that actually gets you more audience? So that's just like a question I'm actually asking you.
Because you have to understand that while you are building yourself, while you are teaching other people, you are learning at the same time. So teaching is very important. That's why every teacher, while you're teaching, you are picking up yourself up because you are picking up your points. And I said that in the beginning. technology involved. So you can't say that you want to be in one spot. What you said now, let me put myself, because I like to put myself in the perspective. There was a time I was talking about something for quite a long time, and I've done over maybe 30 million impression about that same topic. And I said to myself, okay, come, I think there's more to this. You've learned a lot. Why don't you go on the other way and teach people about what your mistakes are and what you've learned so far? And the last when I went to America, I started, engaging myself with so many sports and boxing and doing this and getting my brain to think, how can I maneuver myself? People know me, but how can I, what can I do? And I said, okay, I need to go into the safety aspect of crypto. I need to start educating people how to maneuver themselves, how to be secured. Because why? Security is very important. All right, I need to mentor people. I need to be this. So everybody is looking on the way where you can get noticed. But the thing is that you are using your image. So while you're using your image, it's very possible that you'll be picking different skills on your way. It's different from when you are marketing for a project. If you are using your personality to do something and you realize that this is the way I'm doing is not good, and you get to find a way. And it's not a bad thing when you tag people, especially when you're using your personality, because you have to market yourself out there. No one is going to do it for you unless you have the money. You have the liquidity. Nobody's going to go there and market you. So you have to tag people. You have to get them to notice that you have potentials. So all these people that you tag, that you said that Twitter is going to shadow ban you, this is going to do this, yes, I know sometimes it's bad, but who are you going to go to that is going to help you when you don't have liquidity? And you have to, this is why I said you have to find your way out. But there's a difference when you are marketing for yourself.
That's true.
There's a difference when you are marketing for a product. There's a difference when you are building yourself personality. It's a different marketing strategy. You have to understand it takes time for people to sit down with you 24/7 and learn from you. Because everybody has his own way of lifestyle. So why should I live my way of lifestyle and come and listen to you to say that, okay, what you're doing is what I want to do? This is why I feel what you said is that we can't blame somebody that goes all along the way and change his style because he's realized that this style is working. No, it's while he was teaching people, he was trying to discover himself or herself. So when he discovered that, he had that discovery, he met with destiny, he has to stick with what works for him or her. Because you can't be jack of all trade. So if you see something that works for you, you key into that works for you. And you understand that this works for me. And you keep doing it. But remember, there's a difference when you are working, using your image for or you are using some project PFP to market yourself, and there's a difference when you are using your own personality to market. So that's all I could say for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Omo. So I think we have Nenyewa in the call right now. Hello Linda, can you unmute your mic?
All right. Sissy, what's good?
I'm very, very fine. Thank you very much for joining us in. We're actually already in the middle of the conversation. So I would actually like you to briefly introduce yourself and before we actually proceed.
All right. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
It's been raining since morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, actually, my name is Neyenwa, right?
Yeah.
Most people know me as Nenyenwa.it. Some people know me as Nenyenwa 0001. Well, you can just call me a gem builder, because what's my mission here? My mission is to onboard as many people as possible into DeFi. That's just my mission. Yeah, I'm a salesperson, but then this is just my mission to onboard as much people as possible into DeFi. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. So, I think we're actually already fast spent into the first 30 minutes. So, we would actually be joining up in the other link right now. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Omo, for joining in. We're just left with Miss Nenyewa.it. So, let's see. Let me try and approve her.
Apologies, I'm always with my coffee because I'm used to having coffee in the morning. So
So, you actually say something that you actually always with your coffee.
I'm
Yeah,
always with
actually,
coffee.
I actually hope on getting a mug because I can't just always be on this desk because my mom actually start paining me at one junction. At least I'll be able to sip it.
You have to always get hydrated, and also me, because my coffee is more like it has it's a lemoning coffee. It's more for the throat.
Okay,
Because I talk a lot, we're on the Zoom sometimes with other people, so I'm always having a coffee that has lime inside, so it clears my throat. But the coffee is not the strong coffee;
okay,
just a normal light coffee is not got much caffeine.
okay.
So
So
mm,
I think let's just continue. Penny, the time she's gonna hop in. I don't want us to like spend much of time waiting. So I actually have some few points actually noted down here about Web3 identity. I actually said Web3 identity and doxing. And we have like a broader aspect and a broader look if we actually look into that. Under the same Web3 identity, we have domain names. Under the same Web3 identity, we have the NFTs, I mean, which we actually mentioned. So,
mm,
um, we have self-sovereignty, which these are the key aspects under Web3 identity: self-sovereignty,
mm.
decentralization, and interoperability. So, about the uh, sovereignty, users actually have great control over their identity data and how it's used. So that's for that one. Decentralization, I think identity information is not stored on a single centralized server, but distributed across different blockchain. So that is to say that when we actually talk about those domain names that I was saying, like the one that Nenyewa is actually using now, which is nenyewa.eth or .it. I also have one which is casting.bnb. These domain names can also be used as another means of identification, just like a digital identity. So if you're the kind of person that okay, you like to be noted on the both the Twitter space and on your transactions that you actually carry out. So that is one of the major things that these domain names stand for. If you're actually carrying out a transaction on either Ethereum scan or BSC scan, they would actually see that it's your name. So it would be like, let's say, Omo.it now. So they'll see that, okay, this is the person that actually just did this transaction right now on the Ether scan. It would actually make you stand out or it would expose you. So it actually serves as two means. Is either for either exposing you or making you stand out. For instance, that we have some people that would choose to launder up money or like to claim hacked funds or social funds. So what that stuff stands for is that when they send you the token or whatever to your wallet, it completely exposes you of whatever thing you're actually carrying out. That's why we have sometimes, for those that don't have the domain names, that actually carry out big funds, like what we call the whale alert, like someone that is actually sending like $1.4 million or $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. They will actually notify it on the blockchain, and then you see Cointelegraph or Coindex carrying up such news. They'll be like, okay, a whale transfer just actually occurred on the crypto space. But if you're having a domain name, they will actually know and point out that this is you. Then automatically your name enters Forbes, or it enters one of the richest people on the earth. So that's for that. I think we have Nenyewa inside right now. So I actually have the question I already asked Mr. Omo, and I would like to point the question to you. So we actually talked.
Can I say something to that before anyone say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I believe what you said, with the name of domain name or anything, I don't think people should hold anybody responsible for a domain name, because I can choose a domain name like Samuel Dogoto, and all I need to do is to pay for Ethereum gas fee,
Yes.
and that name becomes mine. I've seen people, go all around and use somebody else's name. You know, you could see so many influencers I keep complaining about that they go on some domains, and before they get there, somebody's have used their name. So even me, my name is being used already. So I just can't stress myself about it. So
Yeah.
if you now say that because somebody used crypto.omo at ethereum.it or ethereum.gas, I don't know. And now you now say the person make a transaction of 1.5 million and you are chasing my address, you will lose, because that is not me. This is why I say that, all this one I just see is for me. Anytime I see people use those kind of things, I just like, for me, I always say that you are identifying yourself with that brand.
Mm.
That is all I can say. That's all I can say about that. If Binance has if BNB comes up with that kind of domain, I can go there because I'm verified there and on your Binance feed and everything. I can go there and create, because then I can link it to my wallet and I can link it to my feed. I can link it to my profile, because why? I've got verified there, not just by buying Ethereum.it gas fee to verify, but I've done major verification with my passport, with my things. These are things that we have to look into when it comes to identifying yourself, doxing yourself, the real doxing, not Ethereum dots. Ethereum dots something is a bit just of gas fee. I can do that this morning. I can use you. I can go now and use you. I use your name and just create one, and your domain is
That's
open, and I pay for it. So
that's
yeah.
true. Okay, thank you very much for that point. So, Nenyewa, the question that we actually asking was, we actually saw the instance of NFT God, claiming that he wants to change his PFP from the Bored Ape Club to his real profile picture. He plans on like doxing himself and going fully into being a brand. And we also have the instance of Mario Nofo. I mean, the person with one of the biggest Twitter spaces on Twitter, I mean, on the X platform, of which Elon Musk himself can actually testify that he's one of the people with is the one that has hosted one of the biggest spaces on Twitter, on X platform. Before, Mirinofo before was actually a crypto body. He was a crypto personnel. And before he actually turned himself into a brand name and someone that does sometimes for crypto, but mainly on politics. So, what do you actually have to say to people that are actually doing this, the Web3 identity doxing or something like that?
Okay, let's just say people grow up on a daily, right? Now, coming to the case of NFT God, recently there has been some queries because it's been teaching people how to hack the Twitter algorithm, sorry, the X algorithm, how they can make money off it and all of that. Then most people would be like, You are telling us, like, yes, that was on a space hosted by one influential person. And he was like, okay, you're telling us about branding, but most times you call yourself NFT God. Like, he was not on this space. So they were talking about him. They feel like he called yourself NFT God. And if we scroll through your TL, we are not seeing anything relating to NFT. Is that not misleading? Are you getting the point? Now, that brings me to a point where I would say that this is people's opinion. Now, what's people's opinion? When it comes to people's opinion, they can say whatever they like. I mean, NFT Go started off with NFTs, right? Now he's finding another source of income or kind of passing income from hacking the Twitter algorithm. I mean, this guy actually took his time to hack this, and he's been teaching people on several spaces I attended. Crypto Amo present too. I used to see him there. I usually see him there. So when he teach people, people will be like, okay, this is the criticism. Why are you teaching us about hacking the algorithm? When we go through your TL, yes, you're having the engagement, but then it doesn't correspond with your PFP. I think he just wants to address that. Now, if he's rebranding like he's teaching people, I think he should be live up by the example. So him wanting to dox, like they've been talking about that people believe you more in this space when you are doxed. Like when you listen to these guys, who is that person? Is Action CEO. He was the first person that spoke about doxing. Action CEO used to have this cheaty PFP, right? But then he decided to dox. And according to him, ever since he doxed, he has gotten some good personalities wanting to link up with him because they feel like, okay, this person that's been hiding behind PLPs, I can now actually see who he is. If I have transactions or businesses with them, I can know what their faces look like trying to decipher the voice behind the PFPs, right? So that is just basically what it is. It is upgrading. Everybody is rebranding, even X rebranded. So why not NFT Gold?
It's actually a key point you actually mentioned there. I was actually in the space yesterday, of which I actually mentioned a point, and I asked the person that was hosting, I was like, if for instance now you're actually posting something about, okay, you've been posting something about your NFTs or your PFPs for a while now, then all of a sudden, okay, let's put ourselves as Nigerians, for instance, into consideration. You as a person, Crypto Omo or Nenyewa.it, and you've been posting about, okay, crypto stuffs, NFTs, how you can trade, how you can do this one. Then you decide that, okay, you actually plan on posting about pollution today. Then you just post that on your X platform. Then you just notice that someone you actually didn't think of just replied you. For instance, let's say we are having Elon Musk replying you under what you posted, or he quoted your tweet. Then he actually says exactly, or this is true. Would you continue to live the lifestyle of talking about pollution, or you'd actually just keep doing your NFT stuff and you leave that, okay, I don't actually, oh, it's not something he actually talked about pollution, but that's not my calling. My calling is to talk about crypto and NFC stuff. So what will you do? I'm actually asking the both parties. So
Okay, right.
okay.
Now, talking about that, talking about that. Now, everybody is taking rebranding serious, right? If you check my Facebook, like I don't usually talk about my Facebook because it's kind of messy. Like when you scroll down, you will see where I started off as a student while I was in the university. Then if you continue, you will see how I started selling my phones. Then you will get to a point where I joined Oriflame. Then finally I found crypto. Doesn't mean I'm supposed to like get stuck in the past because I'm trying to maintain a status quo. No,
Mm.
when growth happens, like I
Hmm.
found out that recently, now that I talk about crypto, a lot of people want to know,
Yeah.
this girl, you don't go where there is no gain. So what is this crypto thing that you're telling us about, like right now? And you say they're coming up to register with my classes. Trust me, bro, I dumped trading Oriflame. Not like Oriflame doesn't give me money. It's my skincare product, right? But I found another bigger source of income. I
Hmm.
mean, getting into the financial markets is a whole lot, right? Now, this is me trying to be a better me. If not for crypto, I won't know you, CCU. If not for crypto, I would know crypto or more. If not for crypto, there is this kind of problem I got into earlier this year. And I found out that my business could not even take care of it because of the devaluation of the Naira. But crypto saved the day. I was able to make a whole lot of money from there. So this is just, for me, it's people's opinion. It doesn't really count. If Elon Musk come today, you see a lot of people celebrating a follow from CZ Binance. The day crypto almost followed me, bro, I celebrated it because it's a huge win for me. Imagine the founder of, what is it called? Spooky Shiba following me.
I'm not the founder. This is the problem people say.
Okay, you're not the founder.
See, this is what people go around because this is one of the things. When you market for a project for a longer time, and then you associate yourself with this branding, people see you as like a founder or something. I'm just an older, just like every other people. I'm just a older. I'm a whale. I'm positive about the prospect of the project. I can do that for your project anyway. If you open a project, I am your whales because this is why I keep saying about this airdrop and not something. The mindset of the crypto is supposed not to be about chasing one particular way of doing it. It's supposed to be about associating yourself with a brand or a project, helping that project to prosper. So when that project prosper, you get more money. So this is what we are lacking in the sense of the old crypto thing, especially. We are supposed to bring people in there, let them have a decision to know which project they want to go, associate themselves with that project by using their personality to say that, okay, I'm associating with myself with this project because I believe in this ideology of this project. They're going to be doing this and doing that, doing this, doing that. And when that project prosper, because you bought at the at the lower dip when the market is down, is when you buy, because this is where the bear market is all about. So that way you can be positioned yourself for when this project moves at the top to sell and make profit. But the whole thing is all because I don't understand whereby you expect a project to give you 1 billion of their tokens as an airdrop and expect them to go on a launch day and you are able to cash out that 1 billion because they already know that you want to sell on that day. Everybody is positioned to sell on that second day, and when you don't sell, you go there and start making noise, and then they know, so they don't even care about these. They just want to get people and scam them. So this is why let's go back to this. I'm not the CEO. There's a CEO there. There is a group. If you go to their website, you will see all the information there. Everything is there. I'm always an open mind. I'm an open market, basically. Thank you so much,
Okay.
just to clarify.
Okay, thank you very much, Anewa. So, the question I actually asked Anewa earlier on, I actually put pointing is towards you. If, for instance, now you're actually having someone like who do we use? Okay, let's use Don Jazzy or Davido, for instance, that are actually having those big bodies. Then you actually posted something about you doing a workout, then you're actually singing alongside with the workouts. So possibly you're actually singing that, okay, possibly Don Jazzy's song or something like that. Would you like to release something similar if he replies, or you would just take it as something as a regular play that you just decided to do it or something like that? Are you there?
Is it to me?
No, I'm actually asking to Crypto
Oh,
Omo.
okay.
If Dodgers replies to me, okay, what is this one thing? Hello, my boys. My brother, there's not the African Afrobeat. Bono Boy has already said it all. I don't need to go into more details. Everybody just hello, my boys. So if Dodgers replies to me and says, can you sing that song that's going to hype me? Why am I waiting for? It's called about branding. My face is out there. See, this is the benefit of you branding yourself with your personality, because this your personality can make you dive into so many things. Just like Naiwan said now, as she's going to the crypto world now, and a phone marketer calls her and says, okay, this is Technophone. We're going to be bringing crypto into the Technophone. We can buy and sell just like everybody. She's been into that section. She can easily take our picture and say that, okay, Identify yourself with this phone. They're going to be into crypto, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't need to inform a project manager. He doesn't need to inform one token manager. She just needs to just go there and do her thing. This is why I keep saying to these people, your personality is what is going to make you money in the bull run. Because you can always appear on any social media and identify yourself with a brand that you feel is trusted. Doesn't mean that, and you do your DIY and you talk about that brand and you get paid good money and you go back home. That doesn't mean that you cannot advertise coffee. You can advertise coffee with crypto. You can advertise spoon with crypto. You can advertise spoon with crypto. You can do anything. And that is why you see the NFT God coming out with his own image, because there are so many marketing departments. But if he does that with NFT gods, he's going to lose value of NFT God, because why? Everybody was saying that it's not staying in the protocol to make sure that NFT God, no. He wants to come and start making that money that everybody wants to make, which is the marketing money. That's it.
That is just it. That is the main
That is
thing.
just it.
That is the main thing, because they don't actually understand. I was actually telling this guy, I was like yesterday, bro, if it actually comes to your own thoughts, like what would you do? What would you do? You can't just leave that money and say you're not gonna earn it, except you're already a billionaire, or you're already a millionaire. You're actually already counting your money, you're already counting your dollars, and you're like, okay, I won't bother, I don't need it. So we're actually already having like 10 minutes or 7 minutes left, so we're gonna be rounding up. So I actually noticed something also. When people, part of this same Web3 identity and doxing, when we have newbies, because this podcast is actually mainly for both newbies and those that have been in the crypto space that actually want to learn more. When newbies actually come in the crypto space and they're like, okay, when they enter the Twitter community, for instance, now, and they're screwing around, and for instance, they just see a project, like an NFT project. They don't actually have a name yet. Possibly they are still having their own name, like Abimbola Podcast. Most times when people create Twitter accounts, like from the first day, it's your name you actually started with, your official name you started with. So they actually see they see this project, and you're like, bro, I like this project. Let's say Sneakerheads, for instance. Then you see them, they change their PFP and their name officially to Sneakerheads. Then they start using that name. Just like that, they start using that name. I would say something. My name is Caston, for instance. When I started, I actually saw a project. It was not actually a project, for instance, it was actually an artwork. So this guy is someone from, I think, Turkey. Then when NFTs were raining in Nigeria, when there was one guy that actually sold a picture. I don't know if you remember him. That he sold one old man picture. I don't know if you remember this NFT picture then. Yes. So he actually
The
sold this
drummer
picture.
man, right?
Yes. The one that was playing the gong. So he actually sold this. Then I actually saw this. Meanwhile, I've been in the crypto space for a while now, and I was like, bro, well, this is actually a quick means to make money. Then I started capturing different things. I also wanted to make that money because I actually was gonna follow that trend that time. That was when I met this guy. I love his artwork. I messaged him. I was like, bro, what about if you start an NFT project? Then you do this, you do this, you do this. You have your open sea, whatever. And I was like, he was not interested. I felt so sad and I felt so down. But the name of one of his art piece was Castano Art. Castano Art. One of his art piece was Castano Art. Then this love that I actually had for him, I made my PFP username to Castano Ads. Then I actually used this username. Then I was like, bro, I love this stuff. Ever since then, I never changed it till now. So later on, something now popped up in my mind, because anytime I actually enter Twitter spaces or Telegram spaces, they'll not even to call the name. They'll be like, bro, what's the meaning of your name? Is it Castan? Then for instance, someone just called me Casting. Then I was like, bro, why don't I actually just use that casting? And ever since then, I've used that casting. So the thing is, whenever people see you, whatever they address with you best, that's what you would like to put on. whatever they address it to best, they'll be like, okay, this person is actually addressing me with this name, and people actually love me for this name. You don't care about whatever this person is saying. Okay, you're saying that why will you change your name? You're publishing stories about me, you're publishing this about me. You're just giving me more influence in the process. You are not actually affecting anything that is concerning my life. You're giving more influence to that name. You're giving more awareness. Same as most of all these NFTs projects out there. The awareness keeps growing in when they're spreading the fund. Same as Binance. The awareness keeps growing, spreading more and more. That's just it. So we're actually having a few minutes left. So do you have any additions or subtractions to this subject matter of today before we round up?
Okay, coming from me, let me have a closing remark quick. Like I said, do what you have to do, but be careful of the person you're going to, onboard you into crypto. So look for a very good mentor. You have all mentor, like anyone here is a mentor. Anybody that you know that you have to first of all feel the chemistry. What are they mentoring you for? What do you want to learn? Just don't jump because you hear the noise. There's too much noise. Learn these little things that because in the bull run everything sells. So what you learn now is what you're going to carry to the bull run. When I mean the bull run is when the money start coming in. Because even then a pencil, if somebody comes with a pencil, it's going to sell. Because why? The market keep booming. So, but what you learn now is going to be your foundation. So whoever is onboarding you, try to tell the person to teach you what you need to know, and so that when it's about time for you to make your decision, you will be able to make a good decision. So thank you so much for having me this morning. I still remain myself, Tuomo. God bless
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, very much. So, Mrs. Linda, aka Nenyewa.it, do you actually have any closing remarks for us before we stop or bring the podcast to a close?
Stan, what did you just call me now? Miss or Mrs. before we start fight?
Mrs.
Just call me
Sorry.
Miss Abeg. I never reached Mrs. So forget this big body. Okay. My closing remarks will be do what.
I think we lost that for a minute.
Yeah.
Works for you. It's bullshit.
Okay. I think we actually
sense.
lost
That
you
is just
for
so
a minute.
stupid. Do what works for you.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can actually hear you now. We lost you for a minute immediately you started talking. Oh, we actually lost that again, and we're just left with 2 minutes before the podcast ends. Are we gonna do this right now? Oops.
That's all right.
Okay. I think she's still having connection issues, but along the run, we're actually good to go. Thank you very much, Crypto Omo, for joining us here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We actually really, really appreciate it. And also our thanks also goes to Miss Nenyewa. I think she actually corrected me already. Miss Nenyewa, Miss Nenyewa.it.
You don't want that to be starting saying that when maybe somebody's watching there, say, yeah, Mrs. already.
That is true. That is true. Thank you very much also to Miss Nenyewa.it for joining us here today. So it was actually been a really nice privilege having this space with you guys. I hope our listeners will be able to learn one or two things from the discussions that I've actually had here today. So thank you very much once again. I remain Castin, and this is CCU Podcast. Thank you very much once again, and bye.